What's up guys, this is RGT85 aka Sean. I'm just going to be Sean for this video because this is a bit of a more serious video. If you've been following me on social media, the Facebook page, the Twitter, you would know that I've been teasing a surprise, a big announcement for the channel and really a big announcement for me, the individual. And this is that video. But before we get into that, I just want to thank you guys for an amazing 2017. Just sort of reflect very briefly on 2017 and then get into it. 2017 has been an amazing year for me as an individual and for this channel. I started out the year around, I think 15,000 subscribers. Right now we're at 71,000 subscribers. So yeah, pretty impressive growth, I would say. And things have just been going very well. And that's all because of you guys, the people who watch every video I put out, whether it's a what's in the box, whether it's a review, whether it's a retro video. There are some of you guys that watch everything I do, and you guys are really the backbone of this channel. I got a lot of amazing opportunities this year. A lot of amazing things happened. I got to headline a convention in South Carolina with Scott Squatch. I got to work with Stevie Richards on a video. I'm a huge ECW fan, so that was a huge moment for me. One of my favorite deathcore bands, Oceano, the lead singer, Adam, is a big fan of the channel. So it's interesting to see, different forms of entertainment sort of intertwine with YouTube. And, it's been a really positive year. So many things have gone well. And I can't thank you guys enough for that, because really you guys are the reason for that. Whether you're someone who just watches, one video once in a while, or you're someone who watches every video and comments and likes every video, or you are above and beyond that as a Patreon person, or as someone who donates during a live stream. Like, you guys have made this year very successful for the channel, and I have you guys to thank for that. So thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. But that's pretty much, the past. Obviously, 2017 is coming to a close. This will probably be my last video of 2017, so it's time to talk about 2018. And I guess I should give you guys some sort of background on me, the individual, to sort of what led up to this. I've been living in the same area for about 16 years now. I went to high school here, and then I graduated high school, and I went to college here. And when you have like your best friends in high school and college, and then throughout your 20s and stuff, you think those people are going to be there for you forever. And unfortunately, that's not how life works. People die. I lost a lot of friends to drugs. I lost a lot of friends to incarceration. They got married, moved on with their lives, maybe moved out of the area. And it just seemed like, my circle just became smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think I did play a part in that, especially in probably the past, 3 or 4 years. I kind of have a tendency to push people away. But that's just me, because I like to focus on things that, drive me and make me happy. And I started creating content. I started writing, probably about 6 years ago, and then it moved into the video world, and I really enjoyed doing it. And, maybe I created some sort of isolation for myself, but I sort of realized this past year that I really don't have anything where I am. Even, my best of best friends, I haven't talked to them in like a year. So it's pretty much just me, and I'm kind of like, why am I here? I don't have family here where I live, And I realized that I had just become complacent in life. I had sort of just gone into this groove. I have a nice place that I'm living at, that the rent is fairly cheap, and I just became complacent, and a lot of things started happening. I was given the opportunity to buy this house for a very reasonable price. My day job was going fine, but I don't know, maybe I was never happy, if that makes any sort of sense. Like, everything was going well, but I don't think I was ever like really happy. And the only time I was happy was when I was just, creating content and doing stuff like that. So I actually went up to Connecticut for Retro World Expo in October, and Connecticut is where all my family lives, minus my parents. They live down south. But I realized my mom actually flew up for that, and we did sort of a family trip / I did the convention. And I remember like 8 hours after I had gotten there, I looked over at my mom and I said, you know what? I'm miserable. And she said, why? And I was like, I just become so complacent in life, like, why am I still in North Carolina? I don't understand it. And she was like, well, do something about it. And I was like, okay. So, I started taking the channel seriously, probably towards the latter half of the summer, and things started going very well. The channel grew, the views kept going up, and monetization, although demonetization is a very real thing, and it still happens to me quite often, it still wasn't really impacting my growth. And I was still able to, achieve some sort of moderate success on YouTube, especially the past couple months. Like, I started doing better on YouTube than I was doing at my actual day job. And that's sort of like why I've been focusing a lot on YouTube, because I kind of wanted to push myself to see, you know, what I could do. Like, a lot of you guys like to joke around, or maybe you're not joking, and be like, oh, you look like you're on drugs. You look like you haven't slept. You need to shave. You need to do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? I'm not on drugs, but I haven't slept because, you know, I wake up in the morning at 7:30. I go to work at 8:30. I come home at 6:30, and then I try to formulate a video idea and create a video. And it got very draining. It got very emotionally taxing, and I was just exhausted all the time and just so tired. So I decided I needed to make a change. So I started looking at some stuff, and I've pretty much decided that North Carolina, you know, isn't for me. I don't want to be here forever. I don't have anything here, so there's no reason for me to be here. So I decided I'm going to move back to the Northeast. I actually have a new place. I'm leaving my day job on February 9th, and at the end of February, I'll be moving to downtown Wilmington, Delaware. And why Delaware? You know, obviously there was a lot of Delaware reference in the What's in the Box that Steve sent me. All of my Patreons have already known about this, so there's another reason why you should check out the Patreon. But all my Patreons have already known about this. I've been very outspoken about it on the vlog. But I wanted to move to the Northeast, but I didn't want to deal with the Northeast because it's very expensive living up there. I'm well aware of that. I used to live up there, and so I like Philly. I have a ton of YouTube friends and, you know, real friends in Philly, people that I know, people that I talk to with on a daily basis, you know, and that's really what's become my friend circle, are other YouTubers or people in the gaming industry and stuff like that. So, you know, I can relate to them. You know, some of these people, you know, with the normal job and the wife and the kids and stuff, you know, with no creative outlet, I can't really relate to them anymore. You know, we don't really have much common ground. So I have a lot of friends in Philly and Jersey. You know, obviously my family lives in Connecticut. And Wilmington, Delaware just seemed like a decent place to go. You know, it's very low key. It's not super expensive. They don't have the harshest of winters. And I found a nice place there. So I will be taking that place and moving there at the end of February. And really just, I guess, kind of starting over in life. It's very interesting how it's going to sort of work out or whatever. You know, it's a 3-hour trip to Connecticut. And as far as work is concerned, because obviously I said I'm quitting my day job, I've decided RGT85 is going to become a full-time gig. And I know what you're saying, you know, you can't do a full-time gig anymore on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. It all depends on how you live. If I was someone that had a wife and like 2 kids or something, you know, maybe what I make on YouTube right now wouldn't be enough to support it. But what I make on YouTube right now is more than enough to support me. And you guys are very supportive of the channel. Plus, I'm not just going to be doing just YouTube. I'm going to be also offering classes to help smaller channels grow, because really, you know, I'm a student of the game. You know, I went from 15,000 to 71,000 in a year. I know what works, and it's not necessarily the content itself. It's a lot of the back end stuff, the SEO, the tagging and stuff like that. So I'm going to be offering classes, which if you're interested, I'll talk more about that on the Facebook page. And yeah, you know, I have, of course, my writing gig, which I've been kind of slacking on. You know, I have a lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of opportunities with gaming related stuff for me, especially in the Northeast, because I know a lot of people up there. And honestly, you know, I guess the one thing that's probably on your guys' mind is, you know, what if this doesn't work out? What if you fail? You know, what are you going to do then? Honestly, I've been saving up a ton of money. You know, all of my YouTube earnings I've just been saving since I've decided to do this. And failure is not going to happen, because failure is only, I feel that failure is only an option if you let it become an option. If you start thinking of a, you know, a plan B or something like that, then you sort of let doubt creep into your mind. You sort of let failure become something that could potentially happen. And I don't let failure happen. You know, failure is not going to happen because I'm not anticipating it as an option. Failure is only an option if you let it become an option, and failure is not an option. And it's not cocky, it's just confident. And I know that, you know, right now what you guys have seen in 2017, especially the past few months, is RGT85 at 40 to 50%. You know, I've been giving you 40 to 50% of my effort, 40 to 50% of what I have in my heart and in my mind, because I have a day job, you know, and that was very taxing on me. Imagine me at 100%. And that's what you're going to get in 2018. Like, I've just begun, you know. 2017 was just a warm up for me. You know, this was the preseason. Now we're getting into the playoffs now. You know, we're skipping the regular season. We're going straight to the playoffs. And yeah, you're going to see like a big increase in both, you know, content and quality coming out, because this is my primary thing. This is my livelihood now. and I'm very excited about it. You know, there's a song by a band called Amir called Chicago's Finest, and one of the lyrics is, "I lost everything just to have this, and now my dreams are coming true. Now my dreams are coming true." Frankie from Amir is actually a buddy of mine too. Shout outs to Frankie if you're watching this. But you know, I did lose everything. I lost friendships. I lost nights of sleep. I've lost, you know, so much, and I've probably, you know, pushed people away and just become this very isolated person to pursue my dreams. And maybe it was just subconscious that this is what I wanted to do and that I could do it. And now my dreams are coming true. So the too long version of this, you know, too long didn't read version, I'm quitting my day job. I'm moving in February. I'm moving in February to Wilmington, Delaware, to a place that I've only seen pictures and lots of videos of. And I'm going into YouTube and the gaming industry full time. Is that a big enough announcement for you guys? I'll catch you guys in 2018.